going to understand what I'm saying about right in just a few minutes here, Texas. This is from the Storm Prediction Center currently right now. They still have a tornado threat for the remainder of the night. I concur with that. There is some updrafts that's showing up here on the HRR model. You can see it right here. You can see it right here in Indiana, right there, moving out of Illinois into Indiana. And you can see those a little bit of updrafts there in that general sector right there. And where you see these little numbers at right here, those are updrafts. They're just so small you can't really recognize them. But we just had a tornado warning here in Illinois. So just to look at this right here and say, yeah, maybe might be a tornadic cell there moving into Indiana tonight in the overnight hours. So be careful there in Indiana tonight. Down here, I don't see anything down here until we get down here, and this is all for tomorrow. Now wait till I pan out for you guys to see this HRR model. Here's the RFS model as well, and you can see what it looks like. You can see the tornado threat level there for tonight. They're moving out of Illinois into Indiana tonight as well. You can see it right there just as well. Again, the RFS model tends to over-exaggerate, which is probably doing the same thing right now, but it still gives us the idea as where the problem areas is. And I think I think the RFS model is still over-exaggerating the way it does. But there's still a tornado threat here coming out of Illinois into Indiana tonight. Man, you guys in Indiana, heads up. Make sure you have your weather radios on, and all your cell phones turned up as loud as they are if you're sleeping, so that you can get those warnings. I can't stress that enough. Now I'm getting ready to show you now is what's coming tomorrow, y'all. Also, too, I forgot. I want to show something else here too. I want to show the wind threat level here. Okay, let me show you this wind threat level tonight. And this is a serious, and I do mean a serious wind. We got hurricane force wind gust, say, coming there to upstate New York tomorrow morning. And I mean some serious wind coming out of Illinois into Indiana tonight, across Ohio, into Michigan. And that's all from this area of low pressure that is up here. That's now getting ready to move air into Iowa, out of Iowa into Minnesota, Wisconsin region up here. You can see it right there. I mean, again, look at that deep area low pressure right there. You can see the area low pressure is right where my pointer is there, right there. I mean, it's so defined. It's crazy on satellite view here. It's pretty amazing to see these areas of low pressure, how deep they're getting and how strong they are. And then we got this thing coming out of Arizona there into New Mexico tonight. Y'all, I'm telling you what, this is we have a very strong deepening area low pressure here. And how strong is this thing going to be when it gets over in here? And what is it going to look like? You know, Again, all I can do is depend upon the models here. And if I'll show you this HR model here, and I'm going to go to it right now. Okay, hold tight now. I'm going to go to the central region here. I just want you guys to see, when I push this button here, make sure you set it down. You're seated here, okay? This here just updated right now, okay? The update just came through. And you can see what it looks like. This is what I'm talking about, Texas. That is some serious updrafts. Now, I've been talking about the Storm Prediction Center underestimating this, and I've been talking about this since this morning. They have a categorical 2 threat level here, right? They have a tornado threat level mainly in Mississippi and Louisiana area, with the green area there showing a tornado threat level back into Texas. And I've been saying all along, why in the world would they have a categorical 2 threat level here, okay, in this sector right here, and not have a tornado threat level, and have a tornado threat level back into Texas, and not have it at least at categorical 2 threat level? That I do not understand. And normally Storm Predictions, I agree with 100%. I've disagreed with them all day here, and I still do. They do not have this back here far enough yet in the yellow right now, by any means of imagination right there. All you got to do is look at this HR model. Look at this. Y'all, this just updated. Now, here is the previous run to show you the difference between that what just updated and the previous run. Here's the previous run. Let me show what it looked like. I'm gonna go to the 18Z run here. Look at the, again. It already showed up here, but my oh my, look what this brand new run is doing now. And I'm not here to hype this up at all, but all of a sudden the HR model just went kind of ballistic here, as you can see with these updrafts. James, that's kind of in your neck of the woods there, man. I'm telling y'all. Let's see, let me back this up, give you a time frame as when these updrafts start in. I'm going to stop it right there. This is noon tomorrow. You can see it right there, 12 p.m. tomorrow is when these updrafts start off here in Texas. All right? Noon tomorrow is when these updrafts come out of move there through Texas, and then move through, basically through Louisiana and into Mississippi. And once they move out of Mississippi and get it there in Alabama a little bit, y'all, there's not many updrafts that's really noted over in here. So that's telling me that probably air low pressure is following probably on the same footsteps as what this is. This is probably going to mitigate up in this same general direction. Okay, because this storm system here is not giving us much here either. Okay, now it's hard to say what this thing's going to do here. It looks like it's probably going to be going in the same direction. We can look it up here. We can look and see where's that area low pressure going to go. Let's look at it. I can put up pressure here. Let me back this up. Let's watch this air low pressure. Where does it go? So this is the one that we're seeing right now on satellite that's moving up there into the Great Lakes region. Now, where does this next one go to? As remarkable as it is, look at this. I don't know why the HR model is not showing that at all. Because that is definitely some... don't have words for it, quite frankly. Now, I granted, this is going to be the telling, but this is going to be the reinforcing factor of this one. Y'all, I don't have an answer why the HR model is not picking it up, quite frankly. I really don't. I don't know why it's not picking it up. James, have you seen this? Why isn't the HR model picking that up? Let me see if the European model is doing it. Let me see if what the European model is showing. I mean, surely something is picking this up. Does that area low pressure get blocked and not come out? It's certainly what it looks like. But there's got to be an area low pressure that's going to cause all this issue there in Texas tomorrow. It's got to be that area low pressure back there. I mean, there it is right there. But it's a nothing burger there. Looking on the European model, there it is right there. You can see it right there. There it is. There's that area low pressure. So it's ever so slightly showing up here on the European model there. You can see it right there. There it is right there. Moving in this direction. Basically on the same heels as the other one. It's just not a deep area low pressure. But boy, the HR model is sure picking up the event from it, though. That's for sure. Let's see what the European model here is showing with lightning. Some of this stuff, y'all, I'm just kind of catching up on right now myself. So there's a lightning from today. Now let's get into tonight and tomorrow. So there's on the tail end of this one right here. This right here for early tonight, early tomorrow morning tonight. Okay, early tomorrow morning tonight. You can see the lightning strikes here. Now, what we're going to get back here in Texas is some area low pressure back here. Now watch this. Here it comes there. So don't get confused about two different areas of two different systems, because that's what we got. We have two different systems. We have an area low pressure up here that's causing this down here for tonight going on. Might we see some bad weather tonight? Right now, the HR model, I don't think it's picking up too much on tornado activity down here. It's just thunderstorm activity for tonight. I don't see a lot of updrafts on the models right now in that area. And if you go head on out here, yeah, there's a few there. There's just a few right there, as you can see. There is a few here on the RFS model. There is some down there. So maybe tonight, in the early morning hours of tomorrow morning, we might get a tornadic cell down here, okay? In Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama region. Maybe even Arkansas. Maybe even across Tennessee. So that area tonight might pick up into tomorrow morning, might pick up a tornadic cell. Then what we have here on the HR model. Now let me go back to the HR model again. Then on that HR model, then we get that second system that's coming out of New Mexico region there. There it comes, right through there. So this right here, again, is for tonight into early morning hours of tomorrow morning. What am I circling right there? I'm talking about what you're seeing over here in Mississippi and Alabama, in that area right here. That's really what's coming through tonight. Right here, that big streak right there, y'all, is what's coming tomorrow afternoon. That streak right there all comes through afternoon tomorrow. So we got two separate severe weather things in the south down here. The first one comes through tonight down here, and then that second one, it starts up back here in Texas and then moves through Louisiana and into Mississippi tomorrow afternoon. Two separate ones. Don't get confused. Just because you think, wow, I got that system here coming through tonight, that's it. No, it's not. It's two separate ones. And if I back this HR model up, you'll see what I'm talking about here. Let me go in. Let's see, I can go into the deep south. I go to South Central region. That zeroes in a little bit more. And let me, actually I can't do that because I'm messing up on this area here. Let me go backwards here in time. Right, now look what's happening here tonight. You see that area right in there tonight? That's what's, let me go backwards there a little bit further. I need to go back. Man, look what's happening here. Even tomorrow, that the tail end of this one, this is wild. Tomorrow, the tail end of this one right here is what's hitting here. And then tomorrow afternoon, this one, the tail end of this one, okay, comes back into that same area tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow you're getting everything there in, say, Mississippi and Alabama all tomorrow. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy to see how much thunderstorm activity can go. Now, I'm kind of curious though. If you get some thunderstorm activity in this sector here early tomorrow morning, how violent might it be in this sector here, say, tomorrow afternoon? Now, this I got it stopped right here, right at midnight, Friday night, Saturday morning. That stopped right there, right at midnight. I'm not sure if you get some thunderstorm activity here on the tail end of this, like it's getting ready to come into play here. Might that help subsidize any tornadic activity? I think it might. I think it might, y'all. I think it might. So let's man, we'll come back tomorrow morning. We'll look at these models all over again and see what they're showing. The RFS model is in the middle of updating right now. That's the reason why you're not seeing it. Let's see how far it is out to now. Oh wow, now it's updating. And you see the two different streaks. You see that streak right there? That is from that system up here, and this other streak right through here, I know is that second system. And the RFS model is picking it up really well. This streak right here is what's going to happen in the middle of the night tonight into tomorrow morning, okay? And this right here is that second system. Right there it is. Second system. So, storming is number 1. Storming is number 2. And you can see those updrafts here on RFS model. Severe? Hey, guys, it could be. Yeah, it could be. Again, I think the Storm Prediction Center, it's got everything If you look where the dark green is, it's back here in Texas, as it should be. But I think it should be yellow back here in Texas as well. That's the only thing different that I'd have from the Storm Prediction Center right now is I'd have a categorical 2 threat level all the way back here in where Texas is, back here where the HR model has these updrafts back here. I'd have that in the categorical 2 threat level there. I wouldn't put any more than categorical 2. That's about the threat level that I would issue there. From like the Storm Prediction Center is doing, I would put that as a categorical 2. It does not warrant a categorical 3 threat level. That does not warrant it. But it's categorical 2, it does, and I think they'll put that up tonight. And I would be surprised tonight when we get up tomorrow morning. I would be completely surprised to see the Storm Prediction Center not have this as a categorical 2 threat level back here in Texas. I think they're going to have to do that tonight when it's all said and done. We'll see tomorrow morning. We get up, see what they say. But y'all, be careful here tonight in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana tonight. It could be a pretty severe threat level down here tonight before it's all said and done. Let's see. Let me look at the radar here real quickly here. Do we have anything? Let's see. Super reflectivity modeling out. I don't see a tornado warning up here right now anywhere. Man, there is a freaking, look at that little spin right there, though. Let me X this radar scope here real quickly and go back into it once. That just didn't look right. Tell you what, there is some really serious strong thunderstorms here in this area, though, in Illinois. Talked to my brother Barry there a while ago, and I told him, I said, bro, you guys are going to have some really strong winds coming in there about midnight tonight. And I think that's about the timing of that, too. It's about midnight tonight. There in southern Indiana, it's going to get some really strong winds coming into that area. Could be as much as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts moving into that area tonight. Yeah. James, can you think of anything else that we need to talk about here? Have we covered everything that needs to be? Flash flood risk. Oh yeah, there is a flash flood risk tomorrow. I forgot about that. Weather Prediction Center here. Excessive rainfall. Okay, tomorrow there is a flash flood risk with a slight risk of flash flooding in this sector right here. Take that very, very serious, you guys, tomorrow. Anywhere you see coloration there, right there, anywhere where you see that coloration, take that very serious for flash flooding tomorrow. Here's day 3, a little bit there in the mountains. Day 4, nothing. Day 5. How much rain are we expecting there over the next 48 hours? Let's look at the rainfall totals here and see what it says. Let's see, precipitation total. Go to the east here. So we're getting 6.67 inches of rain here on the HR model. The RFS model, let's see how much rain it's putting down. I think it gives me the totals on RFS model. Totally, it does. Guys, that's putting down a foot of rain. Wow. That thing's putting down a foot of rain. That is a lot of rain coming out of Mississippi there into Alabama. That is too much rain over a very, very short period of time. That will definitely cause flash flooding if we see something like that. How much is the European model putting down there, as an example? 5 inches. And that spreads up in the... And how about the GFS model? How much is it putting down? It's putting down 6.5 inches. So the same areas are putting down anywhere from a half a foot to a foot. Is what's putting down. Half a foot to a foot of rain is what we got coming in this area. So man, there is going to be a flash flood crisis in these areas here. Y'all, I don't think there's any doubt there's going to be flash flooding occurring. Probably urban flooding as well. Urban flooding is blacktop street flooding. Basically what it is. Blacktop concrete street flooding. That's what urban flooding is called. Probably some urban flooding in these cities. I wouldn't be surprised that one bit that doesn't happen as well. So be careful. We'll come back tomorrow morning and we'll cover everything all over again. We'll look at radar here one more time. Make sure there's nothing crazy going on here. Severe thunderstorm warning right here is what we got right now currently. It's the only place that we have is in Illinois right now. And boy, I tell you what, there is some really, that is a vicious line of thunderstorms going on right there. I mean a vicious line. Let me go over here to this other side. Let me move into Indiana once. See what that looks like. Man, that's, what is going on with that radar site there that we was at? That Illinois site just didn't, I was going to say, it didn't look right, and it didn't. That's the reason I thought something was crazy. But I don't think it's giving us an accurate reading here either, though. Let's see, what site can I go into? Down here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. So you see these thunderstorms here coming out Illinois, moving toward Indiana. You can see it right here. And let's go down to the south here now. Let's look down here in the south. Let's go into this area here. Did I see anything there? Not much going on there, doesn't look like. A little bit of thunderstorm activity there in Louisiana, as you can see. Again, that's kind of on the tail end up now. The thing of it is, though, this down here gets going early tonight. Early tomorrow morning, y'all. In this sector and through here, this gets cranking up again early tomorrow morning in this area here. So do be careful tonight in that area. All right, guys. That site is flipping back and forth on the colors. It is the site having issues. Yeah, looks like it is. All right, James. You be careful tomorrow too, man. This thing is coming at you guys tonight, and then tomorrow morning, and tomorrow afternoon. There is going to be some powerful thunderstorm activity starting up there in Texas, and it's going to be moving there into Louisiana and Mississippi in the afternoon hours of tomorrow. So y'all be careful. We'll come back tomorrow morning, probably around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, and we'll take a look at all this all over again. All right, y'all. I've had a stomach virus all freaking day, man. I am not kidding you. I have not had a stomach virus in a long time, and today I've had one, and it's not been pretty. It has not been pretty. So, y'all, James says, I will be alive. So, James says he will be alive when that bad weather comes in. I do have to go to work tomorrow, unfortunately, guys. So, I apologize for that. Soon enough, y'all, I'll be retiring, and then I won't have to go to work anymore. I'll be doing this on a full-time basis. And honestly, truly, I really can't wait for that to happen. I just got to work about another year of working so that so I have to pay high insurance on my wife. She doesn't turn 65 until a year and a half. So that means I got about another year worth of working. So I have to pay crazy insurance for my wife. And that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I'd already be retired. And I just don't want to pay $1,200 a month on some decent insurance. And that's the truth of it, y'all. It's crazy what insurance prices, healthcare insurance prices are to have a decent coverage. And unfortunately, where my wife works at, it's a private company, and they don't offer insurance to the employees there. So you can imagine I covered it through my work where I work at. So that's the reason why this is all taking place the way it is. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful night. Be careful there in Indiana, especially coming out of Illinois. There in Illinois into Indiana Could be some tornadic activity. And then tonight, in the early morning hours of tomorrow morning, could be some bad weather moving in the south down here. All right, y'all. Have a great